For more on the APEC Leaders meeting, let's bring in Xin Zhang, Associate Professor at the School of Advanced International and Area Studies with East China Normal University. Zhang, welcome to the show. I want to talk about the overall importance of the meeting and why did New Zealand call for this virtual meeting, as you just heard, in the last 5 days. What were some of the goals of the meeting, and do you think that they were reached?
This meeting is a special urgent meeting, and it's also the first time in APEC history that national leaders from member states have an additional meeting at the national leaders level. So it definitely reflects all the member states' desire to navigate together out of the COVID-19 pandemic and the related economic crisis. And also it partially shows New Zealand's and the New Zealand leader, Prime Minister Ardern's intention to take this opportunity to play a more active role in the regional as well as global global level diplomacy. And I think the top goals for this meeting, emergency meeting, is obviously to look to seek for consensus as to how to handle the ongoing COVID pandemic and to reach consensus on concrete measures as to how to get out of the economic crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. More specifically, the meeting touches on issues like how to more efficiently, equitably distribute vaccines and how to promote joint production of vaccine and what are some of the new methods of, for example, digitalization, these new methods of economic production or economic life as a way to look for a method to get out of the pandemic crisis. So partially, I think the meeting reaches goal. If we look at the leader's statement after the meeting, we see some clear statement how the national leaders of APEC all agree that the necessity to accelerate equitable access to safe, effective, quality assured and affordable COVID-19 vaccine. Things like that shows the basic but important consensus among national leaders from this region to handle the COVID-19 crisis. Of course, concrete measures of an anti-COVID campaign is still a little bit vague by my own standard, including how to equitably distribute vaccine and how to use so-called balanced, secured, sustainable, and inclusive growth to get regional economies as well as the global economies out of the crisis. But I think it's an important and helpful first step.
Yeah, this, after all, is an economic group, and we saw some impressive economic recovery numbers from China, figures coming out this week. But that economic growth doesn't mean anything without economic recovery in the world, in the region. Is this part of an effort to help stabilize the economic recovery in China's neighbors, in China's region as well?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that as the Chinese national leaders made it very clear in his speech at this venue, as well as in many other similar venues, the global economy is integrated to such a level. All countries, all peoples are essentially in one big global village, one big global community. No single country, no single national economy can be completely detached from the outside world to be safe by self. As we see very clearly in this pandemic crisis, no single national economy is safe until the global community is all safe, right? And also you see in President Xi's speech, he clearly states Chinese government commitment to maintaining open economy on a global level, a commitment to multilateral mechanisms like a World Trade Organization to further promote fair and open trade on the regional and global level. So in this combat against COVID-19, we definitely need, as we see in the statement of the APEC leaders, to use more open door mentality and open door methods to combat the COVID, rather than building up walls, rather than using closed door policies. So in this sense, I think both the Chinese leaders' commitment as well as the statement from the APEC leaders after the emergency meeting just shows how much emergency we already have in this combat against COVID, and the at least partial consensus among APEC leaders to use open door policies to handle the anti-COVID campaign as well as economic recovery.
Zhang Xin from East China Normal University, thank you for your insight.